What's going on YouTube? Centex Collector here with another 3D printed project. This time it is the S.W.I.F.T Dune Buggy. Again, another design by Ricky Lee, aka Tanner 3D. He said he had made this as a project for some company, and then he did some After Effects like this tubed front bumper and this tubed canopy. We'll get into that. But man, yeah, this thing came out really cool, fully rollable. I made this into Desert Ops, so I pretty much just used, it's all bamboo filament. So we got the charcoal matte PLA, the TPU high flow 95A black, the desert tan matte, and then the engine is in basic silver. But yeah, this thing came out killer. So I got Dusty in here, and then Snake Eyes. I had Snake Eyes in there, but he can actually fit, like if you wanted them to hang on like here, his boot will fit. But like any bigger boots like this Action Force won't fit. So I think the biggest thing I would say for Ricky Lee is if he could maybe either fan this out a little bit, drop this down, or thin this up to where you got more room. But overall, this thing is awesome. It's a quick little print, nothing too complicated. Again, I upscaled this. He designed this for 4-inch, and I upscaled it to 1/12 or 6-inch. I upscaled it 165%. So I went with the tan and black because most of my stuff you've seen I majority do for Cobra. So, but not too complicated. Like I said, you got 4 rims, 4 tires. And then tires, the trick, since there is some tolerance issues when you upscale so much, I upscale 65%. I just wrapped some electrical tape around the rim so that way the tires wouldn't slide off. And then there was some tight parts, like this front part was kind of tight, but the rest tolerance wasn't too bad. Some parts are just loose, like I had to glue this in, so this didn't all snap in together like Ricky Lee's stuff usually does. Like this I had to glue on the front bumper. But overall, I'm really impressed. This is basically like an optional canopy, because the original canopy he designed is this one here. So I just felt like I liked, and that's cool. More of an armored look, I guess. I liked this look, and it reminded me of somebody on TikTok had mentioned it too, and I thought it looked familiar, but it kind of reminds me of the RC car back in the Real American Hero. Maybe I can throw that up as a screenshot, but that's what he on TikTok said, and I was like, yeah, I thought that this looked familiar. We got the Gatling gun up here in the front, and if you didn't want this, there was, I think he just had like a star that went over the place of there, because the company didn't want a militaristic look. They went optional, so there's a star you can put over that. And then you can have this with or without the tail. I like this, the wing or this I kept where you can remove it. And you can see down into the engine I did in silver. And then you just put that right back on there. And there's one you can print this without the rear wing insert. But yeah, the bumper, again, 4 tires, 4 rims. The main body piece I was able to fit on the P1S, just had to orient it, but I was able to leave it flat. Yeah, a front end piece, the main body, this piece, the wing, the canopy, steering wheel, dash, Gatling gun, the 2 fenders, the engine, and this tow hook, which I probably should have done in black, which I could probably still like pop this out. Yeah, he kept it to where this, you could easily pop this out. You can see here, and then put this back in. if you didn't want it, you could take it out. And if you did want it to tow, you got it. So I probably should have done that in black. But again, I'm gonna end up letting this go for someone if they want it. Sell it for cheap. Fully rollable wheels. Let me see if the trailer works on here, because I don't know if he kept this the same as the Rep Ranger. It's the trailer that I made with the jet ski a while back. Oh yeah, that'll go right on there. So yeah, that tow hook does work for this trailer, so that's cool. And this trailer and jet ski was another side project if you didn't watch my video on that. But yeah, it can tow that trailer. And like I said, it's cool. You can actually fit a guy in here. Or if you want the kind of like an off-striker look, maybe Ricky Lee, if you knocked this down and pulled it out to where you had like placement of a, you know, you could put a foot on there, you could put a guy on each side, soldier. But yeah, man, he just designed this really well. Like the canopy went in there really well. Yeah, this thing was fun. I forgot how much filament and how many hours. It wasn't super long. The longest was probably these tires. Took probably about 5 hours for the 4 tires. And look at the detail on these tires, that tread. And the TPU just printed really well. We get snake eyes on here, maybe more of a combat look. Or maybe Rick Lee, if you could, I don't know if it'd look good with some sort of handlebar, probably not. But you can do that there, you can just grab on. But yeah, there we go. There is the S.W.I.F.T Dune Buggy, again designed by Ricky Lee, aka Tanner 3D. This model is actually free on printables. Like I said, 1/18 scale. You have to upscale 165%. Check out his Patreon. Like, comment, subscribe. JJ out.